We started with no-till cover crops in 2018. Previously, before that, we had experimented with some vertical tillage to reduce erosion. And following vertical tillage, we implemented vertical tillage with cover crops, implemented into the vertical tillage tool. And once we seen the benefits of that, we kind of decided that let's try no-till without the vertical tillage system. And we fell in love. It was a new experience for us to try, and once we had implemented it, it was hard to get away from it. We run about 350 acres of small grain and about 300 acres of edible canning peas, which is where we get our, they're harvested early, and that's where we grow diverse cover crops so that we have what we like to call soil armor come spring, and we plant our corn into it. So cover crops are typically knee to waist high by this point, and we reap a lot of benefits from it, such as ground cover. We're keeping weed suppressed. That's the big thing for us. When we started, we were fighting, we farm a lot of variable soils from black clay, gray clay, all the way up to coarse sand, gravel, loam. And that's where we started with no-till and cover crops, was our poorest land. We thought, what do we have to lose? We'd try this out, maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. And we were still full tillage at that time. But we had tried it on our poor acres, seen a benefit, and every year increased more and more. And we decided after this spring, we actually sold our ripper and most of our tillage equipment. So now our only tillage equipment left on the farm would be our inline ripper with narrow shank, 1-inch shank, and vertical tillage. We committed because not only did we see a yield, our average APH went up on our farm. So not only did it go up, but we saw benefits. So before we got into this, I could go out in our field, dig around with a shovel, and there was not a lot of soil life, not a lot of soil activity. And to me, that means something. I go out there now and I can dig around with a shovel. I find earthworms, I find mycorrhiza, fungi, which I have learned is very beneficial to your soil, and that's kind of why I keep pushing more and more toward that way of style of farming. For me, the big thing for people that are looking to try and looking to start cover crops, start small. You don't have to bet your whole farm upon cover cropping or no-tilling, but experiment with it. Learn the benefits of it. Talk to other farmers that have maybe tried it or see the benefits of it, and maybe implement some practices. So for us, the big thing I would always encourage other growers to try and to start to get into no-till farming or cover cropping is start with cereal rye and plant soybeans in it. You won't be unhappy. I mean, we started doing that 4 years ago, and we did 5%. It was just a trial for us, and we did side by side, apples to apples. And at the end of the year, you got, a couple bushel gain. You didn't have to do tillage. We don't have to go out in the field with a roller. We don't have to pick rocks anymore. And for me, that's just not, now I don't spend weeks out of the year picking rocks. I get to enjoy the benefits of the cover crop, and something's green growing out there all year. I think that's really exciting.